person comes to you saying, I want to launch a business in Dubai, what would you recommend? What would your advice be to this person? Something very important to remember and bear in mind.
Okay, so starting a business in the UAE is really easy. You can do that in a couple of days, sometimes in a couple of hours. So the way the businesses are structured here, we have two sorts of licenses. We have the mainland license. So basically, I think this is something like what you have in the UK or in other countries where you have a central company house, a company register, and it licensed companies. In the UAE, because first of all we have 7 emirates. UAE consists of 7 emirates. Each emirate has its own so-called economic departments, which license the businesses locally. So let's say if you're in Dubai, you approach the Dubai economic development department. It's called the DED or the DE, Dubai Economy. If you go, let's say, to Abu Dhabi, the capital, they have their own licensing agency. So this is about the mainland. And then you also have, and this is what Dubai or the UAE was initially famous for, is the so-called free zones. So free zones, the difference between free zones and the mainland companies, free zones allowed 100% foreign ownership of the companies. So you have no tax, all sorts of benefits, and you can be an owner not even by residing in the country. However, with the recent changes, expats can also own 100% of the companies. The company shares in the mainland. So, this gap became much, smaller between the differences. And again, it all depends. Let's say if you are in the IT sector, let's say if you're in the media sector, you have specialized free zones. So what is a free zone? A free zone is basically, let's say, a business cluster, or let's say a city within a city, because Dubai is built around a concept of a city within a city. We have different cities. Let's say we have Dubai Internet City. So it's not like a city with its own, million residents. No, it's basically a business cluster, located not too far from the downtown, which, let's say, has a business park, some restaurants, its own licensing agency, and you will find companies like Microsoft, Google, LinkedIn, Visa sitting in there. So basically, if you set up a company, if you're in the internet field or the media field and you wish to be, set up in a free zone which has a framework for IT companies, for e-commerce companies, for media companies, and you want to be surrounded by, like-minded companies, to meet, to network, then of course you would choose such a free zone. And we have, let's say, Dubai Textile City. If you're into textile business, you manufacture clothes, and that's the place to be, and so on. So we have business clusters, and then we have general free zones where you have like all sorts of licensing, from general trading to e-commerce to aviation to construction and so on. So it really depends on in which area you live, what's in your price budget, but the overall concept is the same. It's either you go with a free zone company or you go with the mainland company. So yeah, just to answer your question, sorry. So yeah, the one tip to basically set up a company, I believe you need to really figure out where you are going to be based in terms of location. So let's say if you're a retail business, of course you need to find a great location. If you are an online business like us, you basically don't care where you set up, because you operate virtually 100%. Why this is important is that because eventually when you hire people that work for you, your company will be basically sponsoring their residency visas in the UAE. And let's say, this is the common mistake many startups do. They come here, they select the cheapest option in one of the emirates, which is too far away from Dubai. And then, they have like a small office there. But when the company grows, they realize that, okay, that doesn't work for us. We need, to have an office at a better location, with better infrastructure. So they end up closing that company, and then you have to set up a brand new entity. You cannot transfer a license. So basically, I believe in the UK you have the company house, and then today you are in London, tomorrow you are in another city. You basically move the municipalities, you update your license. But here no, because your license is issued from a particular authority. So it means you will have to close the bank account, cancel all the residencies, liquidate the company, and then you reset up everything from scratch. So this is where lots of entrepreneurs waste a lot of time and of course money. So this is, I think, the biggest challenge, is to really understand where you want to be set up and make the right decision from the start.
That is a huge disadvantage of the system. Do you know why it happens this way?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I think this was formed historically because, again, we have the federal system, and then, because it's emirates, you have the 7 emirates, and each of the emirates, they have their own local rules and local licensing agencies. So they have their own authorities, their own, let's say, civil defense. So, their own police force, even though it's the federal, system, but they have their own basically departments. And because of this system, I believe the same is applied to the companies. And it's not really that bad. It's just that you need to make your decision correctly initially. And again, all those decisions are reversible. It just costs time and money for for those who come and start the business.
Munir, thank you very much for your time. I learned so many things about launching business in Dubai. I even got eager to do it. I have my business here in London now. I've decided to expand my horizons with all your wonderful.
Well, absolutely. I wish that I motivated you and the fellow audience, to visit the beautiful country and explore it for yourself.
Thank you. I hope you will have a wonderful day.
You're welcome. Same to you. Thank you.
In our next episode, we will share with you live sales calls comparing happy and angry customers. Curious to watch? Subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss future episodes.